schwitz. Unfortunately, they turned to the wrong setting in the computer and they hit schwitz instead of air conditioning. And that's why we're running a little late. The air seems to be running. Every now and then we feel a trickle of it. But on the good side, when it's time to light the candles, it's going to be easier because there's no heavy breeze. So on that note, ladies, we have Ahava and Sid. One of you can light. Have you ever seen a celebration for who gets the light before? You got a match? Oh, darling, you have to get close enough to actually light it.
Right. It might be easier if you hold the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hold the box. To get close to the
You
candles
teach her how to do
too.
it.
Get close to the candles. There you go. Good. All right. Go for it.
Go.
Give it a shot. That's the idea.
Yeah.
Concept.
One strike.
Okay.
Ahava wins.
She's practiced at this.
Yes, she's done this before.
Okay.
Okay, now cup your hand, your other hand, there you go, Ahava, thank you.
She's
Just in case it comes up.
perfecto.
Now, blow it out.
Blow out the match, but not the candles.
There you
All
go.
right. Good. All right.
Yeah, put it down in the plate.
Perfect.
There.
Cover your eyes. Yeah. Lead us. Amen. Good job,
Thank
y'all.
you,
Well
ladies.
done.
I didn't expect the drama.
I know. You should have expected the drama.
We are on pages 20 and 21 for Lachado D.
I'm going to get myself on the correct page too.
Does it help?
It does help a little.
Oh, okay.
Every once in a while I forget the words.
face the entrance.
Boi v'shalom atere bala, gam b'simcha u'tzola. Toch emunei am segula, boi chala, lecharodi, ikakala, lenei Shabbat, lekabela, lecharodi, ikakala, lenei Shabbat, lekabela, lecharodi, ikakala, lenei Shabbat, lekabela, lecharodi, ikakala, lenei Shabbat, lekabela.
And we greet each other with words of welcome. I think we both stayed down a little bit longer because it's cooler down there than it is up here. By
Yeah,
about
hot air
two-
rises.
Yeah,
That's
by
a thing.
about 2 degrees.
Oh, wait. Okay. Sorry.
We are on page
That was loud.
26 for the Chatzi Kaddish. You want to get us started?
Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabba, b'yom hadivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechonu v'yomecha, b'chayei lechol beit Yisrael, bagala bagala, u'bizman kariv v'meru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach, Le'olam u'lomei Almaya, Yiparach, Yiparach, V'yishtabach, V'yipar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, Yitzadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shemeri Kudesha Britchu, Leila min kol verchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Tamiran be'oma, V'meru amen.
And we turn the page for the Baruch Hu.
And rise, please.
And yeah, Michael, everybody please rise. Those who can.
Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai
page. Please be seated. I'll let them get back up if they want. It's too hot to keep them standing. For Ma'ariv Aravim,
Baruch
Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chokma poteach sha'arim, ובתבונה משנה עתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו. בורא יום ולילה, גולל אור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני אור. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. And we turn to the Shema 34-35. Those who can, please rise.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Please be seated. And we turn the page for the V'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם. בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
You know, the heat in here reminds me of what my house was like last night. For some reason, the air conditioning in my house didn't want to go. It was, you could hear it working, you could see the setting, but it wasn't giving cold air. Then at 10 o'clock, it's like an old Yiddish uncle said, okay, you've suffered enough, I'll blow cold air. And it blew cold air the rest of the night. Yeah, go figure. Haven't figured it out yet. I was going to complain to the AC people today, but I couldn't because it worked. Now watch, because I said that when I get home, it'll have said, aha, I got you.
You'll know before that. You'll know before that.
Oh yeah, I'll have a message. But page 39 at the top, standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Turn the page for Mi Chamocha.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha ne'arba kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha ne'arba kodesh. Torah te'ilo, oseh beleh. Torah te'ilo, oseh beleh. Adonai Eloh le'olam va'ed. Malchut techara u'mavnecha, ukei hayam shel Miriam. Se'eli anu ve'amiru, se'eli anu ve'amiru. Adonai Eloh le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha ne'arba kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha ne'arba kodesh. Torah te'ilo, oseh beleh. Torah te'ilo, oseh beleh. Adonai Eloh le'olam va'ed.
And we turn to page 42 for Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom. Hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom. Hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom. Hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom. Hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom. Hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim.
And we turn the page, top of the page for Vishamru.
Shamru b'nei Israel, Shabbat Shabbat le'otam olam. Shamru b'nei Israel, Shabbat Shabbat le'otam olam. Beini u'bein b'nei Israel, oti ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם.
At this point, we enter the central prayer of our service, the Adonai Siphatai or Amidah, and 46, 48, 50, and 52, please rise.
Adonai, Adonai, Svatai Tivtach, Svatai Tivtach, Ufi Yahagi, Tehilatecha, Tehilatecha, Adonai, Adonai. Open up my lips, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare, that my mouth may declare your praise, your praise. Adonai, Adonai. Svatai Tivtach, Svatai Tivtach, Ufi Yagid, Ufi Yagid, Tehilatecha, Tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Agadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Havot v'Imahot, U'mevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah, Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, Umidom Melach, Melech Memit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, Premanat Alachayot Hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. I could use a towel. Yeah, you know, normally when you go in the Schwitz, you got a towel with you. So, we should have been forewarned. Let's see here. Top of page 55, please. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. And then in the middle of page 57, ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer, wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands. You are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otka levadka b'yirah na'avod. Oh, we got one more. Shall we do silently? Top of page 59. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulcha na'el lahadot. Page 60 for Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amacha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amacha Tasim Leolam. Ki Ata Melech Adon Lecho HaShalom. Ki Ata Lecho HaShalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amacha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amacha Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'necha levarech et Amacha Yisrael bechol het ubechol shah bishlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amacha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amacha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
I think that's what it says. Bottom of page 62. Yehiyu.
Yehiyu leratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefanecha.
At this time, we remember those within our congregation and without. Wow. Who are, for one reason or another, just having a hard time. Whether it's being sick, a person, or a soul, or a lot of other things. Joan Adler, Lenore Adler, Sue Barish, James Berry, Josh Boswell, John Deakins, Emily Diamond, Ted Dressman, Bill Ellis, Ralph Gardner, Joyce Gardner, Marnie Goldman, Roz Grossman, Rachel Helene, Susan Hertz, Cheryl Camish, Marshall Kramer, Helene Kramer, Sally Levy, Gail Levinton, Mary Meyerson, Lee Nicaron, Esther Nicaron, Father Lance Ousley, Tracy Patton, Rabbi Lori Phillips, Amy Powell, Rabbi Marcia Prager, Joan Rich, Margot Seckler, Richard Shaw, Debbie Simon, Ben Spitz, Dominic Thixton, Carmen Villarreal, Josh Whipple, Camille Wilson, and Rob Seltzer. And on page 253 for Mishabera.
Mishabera avotenu echor abracha imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishabera imotenu echor abracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Okay. This is where we find my t-shirt. And get off 3 gallons. It's just one of those nights. So, I have one of my usual long speeches. Instead of 4 lines of notes, I have 5. And I'm going to cut that short just because of the temperature in here. But welcome, thank you for coming. I appreciate everybody who's here. And to all of you at home, I hope your air conditioning is working. But this week's portion is not so. And many of you who know me knows that I go to the gym every morning at 5 a.m. Yes, I'm nuts, but I've been doing it for actually 56 years. Yeah, I started doing it as a swimmer, so actually it's 61 years. When I was 10, getting up to go to swim club, and I've been doing it ever since. Did it all the way through high school, college, 2-a-days in high school for swimmers. And so you might say for me it is a habit. But I have a good friend who I see at the gym Monday through Friday every day, who's a good Southern Baptist. And every Friday, we discuss Torah and Bible, because he wants to know what this week's Torah portion is, and I tell him, and he tells me about what they've been doing in Bible class. It's kind of a good give and take. So this morning we had our usual discussion, and he goes, Naso. And then he gave his usual, I never read Old Testament, so you'll have to tell me. And of course, I never read New Testament, so we're equal there. But I said, well, you need to understand, to the kid who gets Naso, I feel sorry for him. It's not a fun portion. As a matter of fact, there's not a lot about it that you can like. There's a lot of lists. For example, God likes to count. Have you ever noticed that in Torah? And he will count the Jewish people many times. I think he worries about losing them in their wanderings. You know, lost one here, lost one over there, this one went back, who knows? But there's a counting. And in this instance, they're counting 3 of the tribes who have very specific duties regarding the tent of meeting. They get through that, okay? And they tell you the census. They tell you how many in each tribe. Then they tell you how many it is together. And then they repeat all that for you just in case you forgot what you heard just a minute ago. Then they also have to recount all the gifts that were given by the princes of the tribes. And the interesting thing there is, once you read the first one, you know what each one's going to give, because nobody's going to give more, but nobody is going to give less. And of course, they're going to recount every single one, and then they're going to summarize it in ways I didn't think possible. So I told them, lots and lots of lists. Then I said, it goes over the Nazirite vows. And he went, aha, I know who they are. And I went, good. Did you know that Samson was one of the original ones talked about? And he goes, huh? I said, yeah, you remember? With the long hair, and his strength was from that, and he lost it when his hair was cut. But what you don't realize is he also doesn't drink strong drink throughout. And those are the 2 primary vows that they take, the Nazarene. And then it has a section that just, to use modern vernacular, it pisses off all the women who read it, because it talks about adultery. And the only one it blames is the women. Guys don't get any blame at all. It's just, and it's on maybe, not she committed, maybe she committed adultery because her husband's a wimp and not sure of himself. And he thinks she looks at any guy and immediately it's adultery. So she has to go through a test. And they outline this incredibly vile drink that she has to drink. And if she doesn't get sick and all distended, she didn't do it. I'm surprised she doesn't barf on the priest. If you go and you read it, he's laughing, okay? Because it's true, isn't it? It's vile. Most women sitting here would take one look at this drink and one sniff of this drink and go, you drink it. Because I'm not touching that, okay? But that is a theme that happens throughout Torah. Men don't take the blame, they blame women, okay? Ancient times, wouldn't fly today, doesn't fly today. But then there is one part of it that we still do today, that any of us who grew up in a Reformed synagogue heard at the end of the service every week, and that's the priestly blessing. And this is where it's introduced. This is where Moses teaches it to Aaron and his sons. This is where Leonard Nimoy made it universal. And that's because his grandfather took him to an Orthodox synagogue when he was a child, and he saw the rabbi doing this. And he always remembered it. Now, most of you don't know, I knew Leonard Nimoy, not just in passing, he was a good friend. There's another part to that story, but I did ask him if the story of how he learned that was true, and he went, yeah. I grew up Jewish, my grandfather was very religious, and he liked to take me to Orthodox synagogues. So I used to see the priest doing this. And to this day, we close the service with the priestly blessing. As a matter of fact, when parents bless their children, that is part of it. And my first instance of the priestly blessing was the synagogue I grew up at, where we had our Rabbi Richard Hertz of memory, who had this deep baritone voice. And he loved, in his black robes, to stretch out his arms as far as he could get. And they'd turn the mic up a little bit for him, and he'd do the priestly blessing to end the service. And then we had a humongous pipe organ, which would hit a big crescendo when he finished. Yeah, I mean a big pipe organ. At one time, it was the biggest one in Michigan. Yeah. And they still have it. But, so Naso, per se, gave me some things to talk about with a good friend this morning. Gave me some things to complain about with my friend this morning. And his final word to me was, I think yours tops mine, so we won't talk about mine. Not bad for a Friday at 6 o'clock in the morning in the locker room. On that note, have a good Shabbos. And please turn to page 282. Gentlemen, it's time to open the ark. And, oh no, I've got it here. I got to get to the right page. And everyone else, please rise if you can.
282, 284, 287.
Uh-huh.
All right. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gdula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoyei aratzot, velo samanu kimishbechot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, umishkachavim umodim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומשה ביקרו בשמיים עמה, ושכינת עוזו, בגובה מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, הם מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, ויראת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, והארץ מתחת, אין עוד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. Okay. On the next page, 288, reading number 1. That's before this. Right. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die, And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved, and if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands, and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. Okay. And I haven't seen anything else come out. In remembrance this evening, Bernie Berman, brother of Sue Abramson. Beatrice Newman Brenner, mother of Stephanie Brandt. Jack Dubner, grandfather of Mitchell Dubner. Emmanuel Geiger, father of Melanie Pollock. A. Lawrence Hirsch, father of Howard Neuwirth Hirsch, grandfather of Lori Neuwirth Hirsch. Harold Mitchell, loved one of Betty Sechelle. Maria Isabel Neal, daughter of Stephen and Beth Severt. Sheila Wallman, mother of Ruth Stievelman. In Shloshim, Dale Pollock, husband of Melanie Pollock. Frances Rose Cohn, mother of Barb Shepherd. And nothing here. On page 294, we rise for Katish Yatom. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah b'alma divrach hirute v'yamlik malkute v'kaye kon uv'yome kon uv'kaye d'kol beit Yisrael b'agala uzman kariv v'yamru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olmei olmaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitparar v'yitproman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei didvisha b'rehu Leila min kol birkata v'shirata, tushbakata v'nechamata, damiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. And at this point, we should be doing a board greeting, but there are no notes because there's nothing going on right now. We are in a quiet period. You may all be seated, please. You don't have to stand for me to yabber. Okay, so at
It's
this,
summer and we're in between.
we are in between in more ways than one.
Yeah. So, just because I know a little bit, we have a series of guest rabbis over the next several weeks. So,
True.
Thank you very much to Mike for serving in that role this evening. I don't remember who's in the upcoming weeks. So
Diane is next week.
Is Diane next week?
Diane is
Stephen
next week.
or Adler?
Adler.
Adler.
If you're out there, please nod.
And I think Diane
Okay.
Statham's on the list too. So you know, if you show up every week, you never know what you're going to get. That goes for y'all online as well. It's an exciting month until our new rabbi, Rabbi Lipper, I think his first Shabbat is the 8th of July.
I think it's the Shabbat
think it's the 8th.
after the 4th. So.
Yeah, I think it's the 8th of July. So we'll hope everybody will come and support our guest rabbis and also our new rabbi when he arrives.
So at this point, we usually do
Blessings.
the blessings.
Ahava and Sydney, are you
Have
all around
disappeared.
somewhere?
Ahava and Sydney, hello.
I think I heard them hanging out in the hallway.
As we're,
They're here so they can get blessed before going to camp.
yes. So this is for them.
You know what, I'm
probably easier without that.
Much easier without that hanging around my neck.
We'll find them yet.
They're around. They do what kids do. They come to shul and then they don't,
And then they leave.
and they leave the sanctuary because
And it's cooler out there, so good for them.
that's right. They don't have that adult ability to stick
Oh,
around.
look, board announcements.
There we
Oh,
are. Yeah, is there
while
actually
they're
anything
coming
going
in, it says for here.
Oh, look at that.
Found a couple board announcements. If you would like to join them tomorrow night, the Temple Sinai Night Out is happening at El Asador in Katy. Contact Susan Hertz. The Sisterhood Lunch Bunch are dining on June 22nd at 11:30 at Kagoshima Restaurant on Westheimer. See the shofar for details. And there it is.
There it is.
Join us for a very special evening as Rabbi Lipper does his first service on July 8th.
Just to be clear, that's not his first service ever. It's his first
His
service.
first service here.
He's done it numerous times in numerous other spots.
When you meet him, if you haven't met him yet, you'll realize this isn't his first rodeo.
Okay.
Since we're in Houston.
Right. We're still waiting for Sydney. Ah, there she
There
is.
she is.
All right. Sid, come on up. Ahava, come on up. We specially invited all the children in the congregation to get a blessing before going to camp.
But there's a
And we
lot
got
of
two.
kids who aren't here.
And there are
So
probably
many
some
kids came.
Well, there are probably some, you know what happens after school is out. Nobody goes to services after school's over, right?
Right.
So unless there's a special occasion, which thankfully the two of you came, it's perfect that the two of you who are such good friends are here. Okay, so we're going to give you a modified version of a traveler's blessing because you're about to go traveling, right? And leave home and be out somewhere other than your home for a period of time.
Okay.
Tell us what camp you're going to.
URJ 6 Prince Sports Academy,
Where is that?
North Carolina.
Awesome. And Sid, where are you going?
I'm a Kaufman camp,
I'm a Kaufman camp. Where's that?
West Virginia.
West Virginia. Whew, that's far y'all are going. Leaving Texas,
Yeah.
which is what everybody should do in the summer. Okay.
True. Not wrong.
Exactly. All right. So, I'm actually going to say a little bit here. So, why a prayer for traveling? We find security in familiar settings among the people and the places we know well. Therefore, traveling outside our community can make us feel a little uneasy. We ask God to lead us forward in peace, because life itself is an endless journey in which we never really reach our destination. As Jews, we're always journeying towards peace, for ourselves, for our people, for humanity, from one place to another. So, Yehi Ratzon, may it be your will, Adonai, our God, that you lead these two young ladies on ways of peace. Guide their steps in peace, so that they will happily arrive at their destination in peace, safe and sound, and have a tremendous amount of fun time, making lots of good friends and reuniting with lots of good friends, and that you stay safe and healthy and happy while you do it there too. Save them from danger on their way, while they're there, and on their way back. Grant them grace, kindness, and favor in your eyes and in all the eyes of those who they will meet. Hear this, our prayer, for you are a God who listens to the prayer of the heart. Baruch atah shomea tefillah. Blessed are you, Adonai, who hears prayer. Tzeitchem l'shalom, may you go in peace. Uvalachem l'shalom, may you return in peace. We hope you have a wonderful time at camp this summer. Hugs.
Okay.
Okay. You can sit with your mom, you stay here
All
with
right.
your dad.
Oh, all
That's right. Now we tell all the children to find their. Oh, and if any of you out there are going to camp, you have a great time at camp too.
Some of you wish you were still going to camp, right?
Since only the girls showed up, can we still
Those were good times, but it was
That's
a long
That's a
time.
reasonable choice. She's asked if we can start with the blessing for girls.
I think it only makes sense,
All right.
don't you?
Yeah, I agree. I'm game. It's just you're in charge.
Hey, in this instance, I'll go with the lead.
All right. So for our daughters, we say. Did we give everybody the page number?
Page 299.
For our daughters, we say, Yesimech Elohim Kesara, Rivka, Rachel, Valea. May God inspire you to live like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. And for our sons, we say, Yesimcha Elohim Ephraim V'chim Menashe. May God inspire you to live like Ephraim and Menashe. And we gather everyone together. You're going to go...
They'll just go hand in hand.
grab somebody's hand, everybody, or reach out to somebody in some way
Yes,
as best you can.
we'll reach out to the camera. Ready?
Yevarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichanecha.
May God's light shine upon you and may God be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. Amen. And we're going to close with Shabbat Shalom on page 353, and then we'll do the Motzi and the Kiddush out in the lobby where it's cooler.
Shabbat Shalom Aleinu, Shabbat Shalom Aleinu, Shabbat Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Shabbat Shalom Aleinu, Shabbat Shalom Aleinu, Shabbat Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam Shalom Salam.
Good Shabbos, y'all.
Shalom, everyone.
We'll meet out in the hall.